I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian.
And together we are the Two
Crazy Cat Ladies.
I'm gonna cut you.
I think I just peed.
Buckle up.
We're back in the closet.
Welcome to another episode, a long overdue episode of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies.
We're so excited to be back.
It has been a month since we have recorded a podcast. In fact, it's been a month, I believe, since we've been live on social media anywhere as well. A whole month. So we're very excited to be back, guys. We have been traveling. We've been doing a lot of things. And I think this episode is really...
it's going to resonate probably with many of you.
Yeah, I think it will resonate because... so this episode is entitled Abandon Yourself and You Abandon Your Cats. And this basically
so
like kind of...
right?
It is dramatic, but it's kind of like a personal story of where we've been, what we've been... kind of like what we've been going through and where our cats are because of what we've been mentally and physically, but mentally for us, like, and energetically for us, where we've been and what we've seen with our cats. And then obviously to give some value, what we're doing moving forward to help the whole issue.
And what I think is funny is, because we've really been, and you guys that are part of our community know, really since July is really when things started getting super.
You mean July of last year, right? Because that's when it started.
I mean, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like,
oh,
right?
Yeah, physically, yes. But this year, I mean, I think that this year it really started going so hard in the paint.
We started going hard in the paint.
Right. Like personally and travel wise and all of that. It really, the wheels came off. Let's just say that.
I don't know that you could say the wheels came off.
The wheels.
I don't think the wheels are off.
Maybe
right?
Not multiple wheels, but
they might be a little like low in air for sure.
Yeah. For
sure. But the wheels didn't fall off completely, right? So let's just let's back it up, right? Okay. So this episode is about what happens when you don't what happens to your cats when you don't take care of yourself, right? What happens to your family, your furry family? This is dogs included in this. But personally, what has happened in our personal family of 7 of us here in this house, since we have kind of gone off the rails is a better way of putting it. We didn't lose our wheels. Okay. We held on by a thread a little bit, a couple times. We'll cheers to that. Or we felt like we were holding on by a thread a few times. But why, once we've sat back, once we got like a little bit of time away and we're able to kind of sit back and evaluate what is happening and why is this happening, it really like makes sense as to why our cats are responding the way that they're responding and how important it is for us to take care of ourselves, because that's the biggest thing that we have neglected over the past really 2 years. Is taking care of ourselves in order to better take care of our cats, right? Yeah. And I know you guys know we're all about nutrition. We're all about,
awesome things that we can give our cats to help them.
Enrichment, wellness, like just making sure that our cats physically are always are being taken care of in our homes in the way that we all want them as our children, right? Like as part of our family. We're trying to just help save the world, save all the cats that are in homes, and help you guys help your cats in whatever way that works in your home, right? So when you neglect yourself, however, which is what we have done, then you get where we're at right now. Yeah. And I'm going to say right now, because we literally just got home like less than 48 hours ago, I think.
48 hours. No, I think it might be 48 hours. No, I think it's more. It was very early Monday morning.
Yeah.
Either way,
Shortly ago.
it's so much more than what we can give them nutritionally or supplementally or enrichment wise. It's about the energy that we bring into their lives. And that is something that we have really, really experienced as a wake-up call for us, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been
Sterling Trap King
Sterling.
Davis is here right now and says that he needs to take a break himself. And they actually spoke, him and Sally and Aaron, beautiful, beautiful friends. You guys all know them, but they spoke actually this weekend on stage at the CMEOW convention in Seattle, talking
one
about
united paw, y'all.
talking about, you know, like uniting together and how important it is to, you know, to work together and
collaboration over competition.
Correct. Which is absolutely beautiful. But yes, that's the thing, is that like Sterls, like we have spent, like we're all about that. You guys know that. Everybody, I think, pretty much knows that we are all about, like, let's all work together. What can we do? How much more can we do? How much better can we do? How much better can we be? And if we're together, can we do even more? And then you get into, or, you know, you can probably but you know, in whatever realm it is that you are in your life, you might not be in cat welfare, but whatever it is, like you can get so into that you're just trying to do better, you're just trying to be better, you're just trying to be the better, best version of yourself and do, like, make the biggest difference, and then you kind of find yourself almost at, like, what I completely rejected before, when people would say, like, burnout is a real thing. And it's like,
come on,
that's for
there's
pussies,
24 hours in a day. Keep moving.
Yeah. There's, I mean, no, just like better organize your time and it's fine, right? Like, I mean, you can get all the stuff done and still have time for a glass of wine. You can do it, because I could do it, right? And until you realize that you are slowly trying to be everything to everyone, and you get to this point where you don't even know, it's all good intentions, right? You have no idea that you have neglected yourself. You're not doing any of those things that you know that bring you comfort, peace,
that nourishes you.
Yeah, centeredness. Like, you're not reading anymore. You're not. I haven't, like, read a book. Like, I like to read self-help books, or like business books, or, you know, things that, like, kind of like motivating books.
Right.
And I haven't read a book, like, all the way through. I haven't read a full book in a hot minute. Real hot minute. Like, I'm talking a couple of years, right?
Oh, it has been a couple of years.
Tell me the last one I did. It was the
12
one
and a
that I
half.
gave to Terry. No, the one I gave to Terry. Anyway, it's been a couple of years, and I'm not, like, going out, like, we start neglecting those things, like getting up and doing your morning walks or your exercises, right? Like doing, like, nourishing your body is better. Like the meditation, or what we learned because of this, some breathing work, which we'll tell you guys about too, that we're very excited about, because it has made a world of difference in us in this process. But like, just doing things for yourself, you realize that you're just slowly sacrificing those things. And this is not on anyone else but you, right? Like, but me. This is not on anyone but me, but, like, slowly sacrificing me in order to please everybody else, right? In whatever way, whatever that looks like to you guys.
It's like, if it's possible to do something, we want to do something. So then then it becomes,
and it's not people like, not everybody's asking us. I'm asking people, like, oh, I want to help you with that. Oh, I want to,
Right. But it's like, when you think about the fact that there are 24 hours in a day, and you do want to do all these things, and your sphere of influence becomes larger than maybe the size of your cup, then it's like, you want to do all these things. And so, you can do them, but then you start replacing your morning routine of just stretching, going for a walk, you know, spending some time with the babies, into, we can handle this, or we can handle that. And
before you know it, you're neglecting your cats too. Like, right. Like, in those little places where, and we've said it recently, right? Like, we've said over the past few weeks, that, like, we've been getting into this mode for a while, but we're kind of able to stop and reflect. But we've been in this mode for a while that we just want to make the biggest difference and do the best that we can and be the best that we could be,
as
and
involved as
trying to
possible.
save everything and everyone, right? Whether it's, and that's humans and cats alike. We're trying to do so much that that now, like, oh well, sorry, our cats can't get fed at the right time, or we're just not, we're not actually paying any attention to them. And it's not just that, guys. That's the real thing that we are realizing, is that it's not just what we do with our cats and when we do things with our cats, like thumbs up.
Speaking of our cats,
You guys love each other. You're good, huh? Yeah. Good.
see,
Good
you can
girl.
pop on the next
Good
show.
boy. They're fine. Everything's fine. But it's not just what we feed our cats. It's not just like how many times we, take time to give them all the enrichment that they need. It's not just, all of these things are super important, but we're really, really realizing how important it is that we take care of ourselves, because we can do all of those things. And we've been doing all of those things, right? Like, we've been, over the past 2 years, we have been doing all of the things that you're supposed to do. But when our energy is off, their energy is off, and you can't pour from an empty cup, right? And so we were slowly just losing, like, our cup was just getting like smaller and smaller and smaller. And all of a sudden, our lives are ridiculous in this house, right? Like, we would not invite one of you into our home right now.
We love you all.
At all. We love you all. I wouldn't invite my mother into our house right now. Seriously. Because so we spend all of this time like just amped up, like anxious, basically, right? Like, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of words.
It really, it's the fight or flight.
Yes.
It really is fight or flight. It's like there's always something to do, and there's always something to be responsive to, sometimes reactive to.
And the less we take care of ourselves, the more important those things seem, or the more anxious.
Right. Like, it just accumulates and it starts snowballing. And I think it's so interesting that people talk about your body's always in fight or flight. You have to, do stuff to rebalance your sympathetic nervous system. It's like, excellent, great. One more thing to add to the list. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll do
but
that when I
we recognize that energy is actually so real. Our cats are living in a state of fight or flight
because of us.
Because of us. There is nothing in their world that is difficult. There is nothing that they want for it. There is, when we got to take a step back in Ireland and really started looking at this.
I have been waiting to wear this sweatshirt.
For those of you listening on the
for
podcast,
you guys.
She got a sweatshirt in Ireland. It's beautiful. That experience, when we get to take a step back, it's like that analogy of back in the day, if you're watching television, I don't know if it's still that way with HD TVs and all that, whatever. If you went straight up to the TV and you're looking, all you would see are these little dots, right? You have no idea if you're watching a football game or, Special Victims Unit. Who knows what you're watching? You just see snow. When you get a chance to step back, the picture starts coming into focus. So we have spent the last year.
That's a great analogy.
It's not mine, but I'm happy to use it here. When the last year we have been in this situation of like, whoa, baby, hi. Good catch.
We're good. You're so good. You're so good,
babe.
buddy. I
Do you
love
want to come stay with
you.
me? Of just being in a state of confusion with our cats. It's like, what else can we do? What do you need? What do you want?
Yeah. Animal communication sessions, animal, our cat behavior sessions,
Right.
which they're all super helpful. And they really actually tell us
to put on our list.
Yeah, but they
This is
actually
something that
tell
will be
us
helpful.
what we can do, or maybe not even like in the animal communication sessions exactly what we should do, but like we know we can gather like what the issue kind of is here, and it's just exactly what we're saying right now. But there wasn't any way to like.
Interestingly enough, this is just coming to me right now.
Okay.
Follow me. So animal communication sessions, right? The one thing that keeps popping up, and if you guys know us, you know that Jay is really the one that struggles with anxiety. She is an overachiever. She's type A. She has some OCD tendencies. She is very good
these
at
are
what
all
she
negative
does.
words.
Well, I mean, they're not when you are centered in your space. It's how you built this business. When you know how.
It's fine.
moving on. Interestingly enough, in these animal communication sessions, Friday and Annie both are mirroring you, right?
Yep.
Friday is bullying Annie. Friday's in a constant state of fight, and Annie's in a constant state of flight.
Yep.
Interesting, right? That just is something that came to mind right now. All to say, it's not just Annie and Friday. All of our cats are exhibiting things. And I want to talk a little bit about Ireland. What an incredible opportunity it was to be able to take a step back, to bring the picture into focus better.
Yeah.
To recognize that all these things that were confusing to us, it wasn't that there was anything that our cats needed. It is literally just our energy that is causing them to live in this same place of fight or flight.
Correct.
All the time.
Yeah. So I started planning this trip to Ireland like over a year ago, right?
She's really
It's been on my bucket list for 13 years to bring Adrian to Ireland. This is our 10-year anniversary as a Two Crazy Cat Ladies, as you guys know. And it was just a good, it was like this is a good excuse to get her to say yes to travel. Cause like she will say yes. She has been saying yes. Thank you to traveling for the past like 2 years, where we've been going to conventions and going and seeing and doing things. And it's been amazing to be able to be, in real life, in our communities. Yes.
Are amazing.
It's been awesome. And to get more experience at like speaking in front of people in real life, on stage, things like that. Right. Like it's been wonderful to do those things. But we were literally, and this is what I think, like God or the universe, like sent us to Europe, right? Like in hindsight, getting it, even though I started planning it a year ago, the universe always knows better than us, bigger plans, that we would have to be so time zone wise, we would have to be so far removed that we, like, our people weren't even up awake or doing anything until it was like late afternoon. And by that time we're already like relaxed. We had already gone through walks through the park and did so many good things for ourselves, right? Like we did some breathing exercises and we did some, like we just kind of really relaxed in Ireland. And I think that was
something we haven't done in, I don't even know how many years, honestly.
I don't ever,
we've done a couple trips like to
we go to San Diego.
Where it's kind of like a working from the beach kind of thing. You get up in the morning, you handle your emails, you check in with the team, you whatever. If something happens, you run back. You
feels good, so you feel like you're more relaxed, and we are more relaxed at the beach.
I mean, come on,
right? It's like the place of peace for me.
It's not that she is just moving and shaking.
It's fine.
Friday's on the move. This was literally so far removed from
our day-to-day reality
that we woke up in the morning and there literally was nothing to do. I mean, we chunked our emails and stuff, but there was nothing that could be done. So you guys know that Jay is like the planner. And for this trip, she had planned on planning so many tours.
My friends, since I don't know how long, like since like Lubo, I remember was like one of the first, or Granddad was one of the first that I used to literally put on my to-do list to create a to-do list for the next day. Like before I had an actual planner, I'm sure they made them, but I had like a little, like one of those little yellow notepads, right? And I would have a to-do list every single day to get everything done. And I would put on each day, I would put on the to-do list, make tomorrow's to-do list, right? And they would make fun of me. So yeah, I'm a planner.
She's a planner. So she had planned.
That's how I get things done. If I don't have it written down, it don't get done, right?
These are facts. But she had planned to plan everything about this trip. We were going to do so many tours. We were going to go to the seashore, some cliffs, the Jameson tour. Of course, I wanted it, like a whiskey tour. Come on. Right. I totally agree to that.
It's going to be fun.
The Guinness place, the Dublin tour, so many tours and stuff and things. And about a month and a half out from us actually leaving, and we were already like traveling and doing whatever.
We were already right there at Burnout.
She said, I think that we're going to Aaron said, sounds like the sea style. We have more to talk about with you about that, Aaron. She said, I think that we should just go to Ireland and just play it by ear. Just do. And if you guys know me, total type B.
Oh, she was like, oh,
I was
thank
like,
God,
that sounds
that's
great.
great.
Like no binder. It was already difficult enough to think about leaving the babies for 2 weeks and all the stuff and things.
And just like Trap King just said, sometimes you got to plan not to plan. And that's what I ended up doing. I was like, you know what? We're going to Ireland. I think it's going to be great. You're going to love the people. We'll eat some foods. We stayed at a great place. The one thing, and I'm like, we're outdoorsy girls. I think like we don't treat ourselves to outdoorsy stuff as much as we used to, which is another thing that we're going to start building into or I am definitely going to start building into my self-care routine. I booked our Airbnb literally like right across the street from the park that I went to 13 years ago.
St. Stephen's Green.
I was there by myself. So it was like I was experiencing this. I was like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful park. I went about the same time of year. So I got to see all the fall leaves and it was just like, I walked that park and I was like, I really want to experience this with someone, and specifically Adrian. And I was like, she will love this place. So I booked our Airbnb like across the street from St. Stephen's Green. And we went there every single day. We would like, okay,
just
are we gonna
the park and talk about walk the park? Birdie friends? Man, they had so many. We love the birds.
She loves birds.
People and the history of it. It was just, I mean, you're in the middle of Dublin, this big bustling city, and this park was all to say as far as like being able to step away and really rebalance. Being near that park every day, we would grab our coffee, go for a walk to the park. Sometimes we go for an afternoon walk. Sometimes we went there 2 or 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. It was just so cathartic and relaxing. Because when you don't, I think a lot of us forget how to relax. And so then it feels very foreign when
I forget how to relax.
When you have the opportunity and then you don't remember how to. So it was such a gift to have many days.
So it was enough time
where there weren't
to kind of
plans.
To kind of like remember what it is to breathe and
be
to relax.
Spontaneous. Just kind of go where the day takes you and walk by a place and say, should we go in here? Let's check this out.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a plan.
And
you could do it.
And I can't tell you, we also this part of this trip was also flying from Ireland to Spain and speaking.
Of course, Jay figured out how to make part of it a work trip.
Well, I didn't. I mean, we were asked. We can't say no. Like this is a beautiful opportunity to speak to veterinarians at the Raw Feeding Veterinary Society event in Mallorca, Spain. And
unreal.
And we were at they wanted us there.
These are the giants in the community. Like you guys know that we're into cat health. So these are the giants in the pet health community. Huge names, giants. And so just realizing who's going to be there, Jay got what kids call these days
imposter
syndrome, also known as, I think it's still just insecurity, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, what did we have to offer? But
imposter syndrome in that realm feels like so real,
more accurate,
right? Like more accurate than just insecurity. Like, oh, I'm so insecure about doing this. Like, it's no, like, how, like, why am I here? Right? This feels weird. But it went over so well.
It really did.
And and I really only needed one Xanax to get through it.
And she was actually doing good without any pharmaceuticals for a while.
In Ireland.
Yeah, in the moment.
Yeah.
Was it the day of?
No, it was actually the day before.
Right.
That I had to, that I was like, okay, here we go.
On the second day. And so we had an opportunity to get to just be present. Oh my God. And I know that our time in Ireland, because we had been in Ireland for 9 days before that we had an opportunity to finally just, relax a little bit and recenter a bit. So day one was the one that you were most nervous about.
But I will say, so a few things to bring some more value, right? Like a few things that we are now doing and that we actually started before we went to Ireland, because I will tell you guys, our stress and anxiety was so high that we almost canceled the whole trip multiple times. Multiple times we were like, we can't do it.
And not just because
maybe we should not. No, we have to. No, let's cancel it. I think that's a bad decision. Nope. But it's a good decision because, you know, emergency after emergency after emergency for those of you guys that follow us, like on the, you know, on the personal level, like with like my family and our like Madison ending up in the ER and all these things. And like, and it was just like, maybe we shouldn't go. And then we were finally like, no, Adrian cried 4 hours of the flight there, right? Like our first leg of the flight, to the point where the sweet stewardess, which I think they still call him British Airways, but
he was a gentleman. His name was Astor. If you ever watch this podcast, thank you so much. He was like, ma'am, is there anything we can do? Anything at all? Is this a flying thing? Ma'am, what may we do? Would you like a moist towelette? Went through those moist. Like, he was such a sweet man. But I couldn't just. Jay got us business class tickets because she knows how much I love to fly to begin with. And so
she hates to fly, is what you mean.
Hate is a strong word. I don't
disliked flying.
And this gentleman was so sweet to me. Because it's one thing to leave the babies, that was hard enough. And then it's like, I'm always that person that's like, what's going to happen? Something's going to happen that we don't have to get on the plane. The flight's going to be canceled. There's going to be the government shutdown is going to make it whatever. But then you get on the plane and then you're taxing. It's like, nope, nobody's causing a go back to the gate thing. Nothing.
I'm just going to cry.
And then you take off and it's like, oh, this is happening. This is happening. So yeah, but this gentleman was so sweet. And so whatever, all to say that our stress, I'm sure it had been a more centered place. Had I felt more,
for sure,
I would have been like so full of like faith and so excited for the experience. And instead I'm sitting there just sobbing like a 3-year-old, you know, I don't even know. Because it was difficult in that moment.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how stressed we were before. So a few things that we did, that we started prior to even leaving so that we could encourage ourselves to, like, I don't know, actually just like be okay and not give up, right? Because that burnout thing is so weird, where you literally get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do anything anymore. And your brain's telling you giving up is not an option, right? If you're like me, giving up, quitting is not an option. You don't get to quit. Like, you will never, ever quit. Like, you don't get to quit. But your whole body and every other thing that is happening, I don't know what all the things that happen, but like, things were happening that was like, I can't do anymore. I'm done. I'm done. We're shutting down. We're shutting down.
Dr. Kay Woodley is here.
Oh my goodness.
I love you so much.
She is such a rock for us.
You are such a rock.
Dr. Kay Woodley. Because she gets it without us even telling her. She checks in on us right at the right time every time. But anyway, so we started breathing. Believe it or not, there is a thing called breathing,
there's a thing called breathwork.
Yes, which we had like no idea, like just not in tune with like anything anymore at that point, right? Like, we're not in tune with anything anymore that we could do that's good for ourselves, even though like in the back of our brain, I know we know those things.
It's like, let's go to the mountains. And it's like, no, there is no time for that.
We don't have time for that.
The laundry, like on our Sundays, our one day,
we
would be like,
we're going to go to the mountains tomorrow.
Let's do this. Let's put our phones down and go to the mountains.
We still haven't. No.
There's no time.
Yeah.
No time.
Yeah. So we literally, out of like desperation, at the beginning of September. So this was after, like, right after multiple conventions, like back to back, all these parents emergency, like all these things happening all at the same time after we have not taken care of ourselves for over a year, right? And then all this stuff is happening. And then Madison ends up in the ER, and we're like,
Just
like,
implosion.
yeah,
Total
we're just like, I can't, we can't. And you guys know, like many of you guys know that follow us, like we were already having issues in our home with our cats spraying
peeing everywhere.
And like just like off the rails,
It's a lot.
believe it or not, right? With us,
Why are they doing this?
With their parents, so crazy. And then
478 Breathwork is great.
and
Farm
then
Girl,
yes, thank you, Farm Girl.
we have found.
Then we find Breathwork, and we hire this Breathwork coach in September.
Who came highly recommended.
And he's absolutely amazing. If you ever want to check him out, Brady Breathes on Instagram. I think
Brady Breathes on YouTube too.
And on YouTube, Brady Breathes
Mhm.
is what it is. Anyway, he's fantastic. We hired him
for the dropping his links.
Thank you. Thank you, Sissy. So for the month of September, we met with him for an hour every Wednesday, and we did a breathwork session.
Can I just tell you though how difficult it was in the very beginning? It's like, this is something that is going to be valuable. This is something that's going to be very valuable. But then like picking the day once a week where we could take an hour was it.
We're like, oh, we're going to sacrifice a whole hour
Right.
just to breathe for ourselves. But then we started feeling guilty, right? Like, that's not something we should have felt.
No.
We should not have felt guilty around, but to prioritize ourselves over everything else that we had going on.
This gentleman is a sneaky little sage.
He is a sage.
He is. And he has studied all over the world. He has his own story about how he discovered breathwork.
Also with anxiety attacks. Which,
panic attacks. And he's such a gift for anyone who doesn't know what breathwork is, or
it's learning to breathe again, right? But it is it's amazing. It's totally different. I have to say, I'll post this on my I won't post it. It has nothing to do with cats, but I'll post it on our my personal Facebook page about like this eye issue that I have had going on for over a year, like has suddenly, since breathwork started, has suddenly disappeared. And I knew that it all started because of stress.
Yeah.
But I did everything, literally everything, minus peeing on my eye, which one holistic doctor recommended that I wash my eye with my morning urine
and then wash her eye with it.
I did not do that. I did not do that. But it's I knew that it had, and I've been to two doctors, like one eye specialist, another doctor, all misdiagnosed. Their recommendations didn't make sense. And so but somehow breathing actually helped.
Do you know what's so funny is that since we've started breathwork,
and that doesn't take anything.
Usually when one of us does this, it's like, oh my God, what's wrong?
Every time. Every time. Like, it wasn't too long ago that I said, you know what? Whenever we hear each other take a deep breath anymore, we have to stop saying what's wrong.
What's going on? What's wrong?
Because that's like, because we're just like conditioned for it to be a trigger if you take a deep breath.
Oh my God, Christy, you teach online breathwork too?
No way.
Oh my God. It was so good meeting you at CMEO.
Yes, it was.
I love you so much. I still check out your yoga page.
Exactly what we love about the in-person events.
Yes.
Meeting people that we're like always chatting with online, and then we get to see like the face with the name.
Family.
And we're like fast friends. I love it.
Laura, you're exactly. This is a family. This is such a beautiful space. I love that we just get to sit here and ramble on about.
Yes.
But this is so significant to us, and I really feel like we've been rambling on for 34 minutes already. Here's the thing. Everything that we've been going through, it's like we're still going through the mechanics of making sure that our babies have playtime sometimes.
Yep.
Feeding them all the stuff, making sure they get the supplements they need, doing all the whatever, giving them their catio time, making all the mechanics. And yet our cats, when we came home from Ireland, y'all, little backstory, our bestie here in Vegas that we've known for 20 years, She recently retired from from bartending. Thank God. She is our shipping manager now. And she graciously took care of all of our orders and our babies and stayed at our house while we were gone for those 16 moons. When we got home, however,
The
our
entire house was covered in pee pads. I'm
the desk,
talking
the stairs, the refrigerator, the kitchen counters, the bar area, the couches, everything.
everything.
Because she said, you know what? They're cleaning it up every day. I just was mitigating as much as I could.
Yep.
Because
Which is
our
smart.
babies, and why do cats pee everywhere? Why do cats pee? Like, it's one of the number one reasons that they get rehomed, sent back to the shelter, just outright
Euthanized.
abandoned, and ultimately euthanized, because they don't have any sense of security, confidence. They don't know what's going on.
When they're scared, they pee. When they don't feel comfortable, and by pee, I mean
That's
spray,
what we came
right?
home to.
That's what we came home
I mean,
to. That's what we left them with.
It was already an issue.
That's what we left them with, was this anxiety and stress that we had.
It was already happening.
We left them with that. We left them with someone that they love and they know, and
so
like Madison herself, like Madison.
Oh my God, Madison.
But they were like, but then we left them for 16 nights where they were like, okay, after, they're used to us being gone for the past couple of years, like
maybe 4.
Yeah. Maybe
I think
3 or 4 nights.
7 was.
It was 6, I think, was the longest before that, when we went to last year in July.
No, because we went for my mom's 75th. And
yeah.
7.
Yeah.
And I think it was 8 moons.
But they were used to us being gone for a certain amount of time. But I think it hit a moment where they were like, oh my God, they're not coming back. And that's what, our cat behaviors, thecatbehaviors.com, who we met with yesterday, who is also helping us to get back on this track of, okay, these are the things that we know, but we forgot, that we now remember, that we need to, incorporate into the doing, right? Into the doing with them specifically. But the number one thing that we really have to do is take care of ourselves, right? If we abandon ourselves, we abandon our cats. We cannot pour from an empty cup.
They pick up on our energy so much. I remember before this experience, someone saying once that cats, before they see you, they see your energy.
Right.
I remember one time coming home from work after an especially hard day, before I got to come work for us full time. Is it 3 years ago now?
4?
2021?
5 almost?
Wow. I came home from a hard day, and Jack is my boy. He knows he's my boy. But I walked in the door, and that cat looked at me, and his whole body poofed up, and he hissed at me and ran like Satan himself just walked in the door. That was the energy that I brought in. And now we have this.
And guys, let me just put this as not just as like your cats could start spraying or fighting or things like that. But when we came back from Ireland, the very night, that next morning, which we kind of came, we didn't go to sleep until about 2 o'clock in the morning. But and we came home late that night. But it was just a couple hours later that we were woken up by our cats puking. And then the next night, another cat puking. And then another cat our cats don't puke. They don't it's not just like a normal, it used to be, right? Back when we were
feeding
feeding horrible foods and whatever. It was a normal thing.
These are stress responses. These are cats that are stressed out. They're given everything they need. How many people have said to us very sweetly, if I ever die, I want to come back as a cat in your house. No, you don't. Not right now, you don't.
Not right now, you don't.
Not right now, you don't. These poor babies they want for nothing, but they are energetic beings that are so incredibly intuitive, and they are individuals, and they are all just pleading with us to get our shit together.
Yes.
And it's not a list. It is rebalancing our lives. It is re-nourishing our souls. It is refocusing our day. It is taking care of ourselves. We wind down with a glass of wine all the time. I don't think there was many days that missed a bottle that we missed drinking, that night. And one of the things, alcohol is something that makes cats feel like people are a little unpredictable, right?
Yeah. And
just
smell different.
right. So the things that we are
Planning on doing.
recalibrating right now, even already, I can't tell you, since we got back from Seattle, there's a shift.
There is a
I
huge
have
shift.
so much gratitude. I keep saying to the babies, we're home. We're home.
No more
Like
moons.
whenever we have like a bunch of meetings and this and that, whatever. And it's like, try to get this done in between this meeting, try to get that done and get that posted and do this. And it's like, we're home. Like we're home. Do everything with a different energy. It's already changing.
We already see it just from coming home, like the amount of places that they were spraying beforehand. This time we haven't seen anybody puke since we came home from Seattle,
No.
right? Like our energy, because our energy was still kind of like, oh, okay, we have our next week. Basically for me, I was like, okay, I just have to make sure to get over jet lag before we leave for Seattle so we can be on point when we get to
between
see
Ireland and Seattle was
8 days.
more relaxed, but
or-
still like we're gonna be gone. You know, we always tell the babies we're gonna be home on the 4th moon. It's gonna be a quick trip. It's gonna be
fine.
you know,
Everything's gonna be fine.
right.
But this is all to say. So guys, if you're like me or us, right? Like if you have a busy life, and most of us do, right?
And so many of you are helping and nourishing so many people.
You're working
and pets around you.
Yeah, you're working hard to like change, to fix, to do, to help, to be better, do better. Just don't forget, and don't be like me where, you know, I was like, and I probably still struggle with this probably for the rest of my life, but like I get my fulfillment by helping, right? Like it's selfish. You can call it selfish, right? Like it's not that like I'm whatever. Like I get this huge.
She sees a need, she needs to fix it. She sees a problem, she needs to solve it.
Correct.
She's wired that way.
Yes. So it makes me feel good and fulfilled, and like I am doing like my purpose in this world when I'm fixing problems, when I am like helping people, right?
But she's better at it when she is actually in a
helping
space.
myself as well. So there has to be a balance. We have to, as a community, we can help each other, right? Like that's why we're telling you this right now, is that like we have to do whatever, even if it feels like a chore. Like I'm gonna make myself wake up 20 minutes earlier so that I can read those 5 pages of that book that I've been wanting to read for so long. Or I'm gonna, do whatever it is. I'm gonna stop for 20 minutes during my day. I'm going to mark it down. If you're like me, write it on your to-do list so it has to be done, or set an alarm on your phone or whatever it is. So it has to be done because it told you that it had to be done.
If that's how you operate.
And so you stop and you do what needs to be done. But make sure that you schedule in that time for yourself, because the longer you wait, and the longer you wait to take care of yourself in sacrifice, right? Like in sacrifice of helping everyone else, of helping, like of doing everything else, whether it's even just your cats, right? Like, I have, so many of us in our community, we're rescuers. You've got all of these cats, special needs cats. They've got a lot of needs, and we're doing all this stuff, but we're not taking any time for ourselves. And that will end up being the detriment to the cats in the long term, right? So we have to remember to take that time, whatever it is. Go out in nature, listen to your music, do a meditation, pray, go to church, whatever that is.
A couple specifics.
Breathe.
Yes, let's talk about the specifics real quick, because I think breathwork for us is it was a word at first, but I feel like it can really be a lifestyle. I love Farm Girl said, people pleasing is really being controlling. We're trying to control our environment. Yes. Which gets back to the fight or flight. If we can control our environment, then we can feel safer.
Right.
All of this stuff. Breathwork, I think one of the fastest way to reset your whole what do they call it? The parasympathetic, your nervous system.
Your nervous
It really does something to your
Thank
body. When you think about how much stress causes disease in people and in pets, this is really the priority of this podcast to us. When we recognize that you think we're doing all the right things, but we're not taking care of ourselves, we are constantly stressed out. Dr. Randy, who we will introduce you guys to.
Oh my God. We have
he
such a
talks
great
so much
podcast from now
about
on.
Health span. You
Lined
guys,
up.
health span is something that's different even than longevity. That's different than so many things. So much. So breath work, it really can be a way of life. Last night, Jay was like, do you want to do a breath work before we go to bed? And at first I was just like, no, I just want to go to bed. Like, can I just go to bed?
I was like, I'm doing it.
Total shift in my whole mentality, what I was thinking about, whatever hamster wheel I was going to be on before I fell asleep into some like waking up every 3 hours anyways, to a place where my body felt heavy and soft and ready to relax. It was a whole different shift. So making the time. Meditation, you guys, meditation, I know that's a thing. It's a whatever, but however you meditate, taking 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just to be connected to whatever you believe source is, getting into nature, resetting, grounding,
just
phone
quieting.
boundaries. You guys, here's the thing.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna another shout out to
This is
Trap
the
King.
big one for me.
Stroke.
And Dr. Katie Woodley,
And
which
Dr.
I used to
Katie.
be like, well, she takes so long to respond. And she's like, I don't keep my like sound on. I keep my phone on vibrate all day. I'm like, how does she get anything done? This is years ago. I used
This
to be
is
like,
her.
how does she get anything done keeping her phone on vibrate? Now I'm putting my phone on vibrate.
Not just
And
that, but here's a little secret. This is what we've done because, you know, we run so much of our business on the phones. We have everything is on our phones for all of us, right?
Right.
We do phones down Sunday. Now, here's the thing. We've talked about phones down Sunday before. We put our phone down on Saturday night. We don't pick it up until Monday morning. This year has taught us a lot about emergencies. Sometimes those emergencies do and have happened on a Sunday. So what do we do then? Missy, our shipping manager, our bestie, she said, you guys need to get a burner phone. You give it just to your family so that if there is a family emergency, as there has been, then it's a burner phone.
Yep.
We have that. So here's the thing. Our phone, we're going to reincorporate our phones down Sunday.
Yes.
We are
because we've
going
only
to-
had like 2 this whole year, I think.
Maybe 3, but yeah, phones down Sunday. We are going to get back into nature. We are going to shout out to Sturls. I just have to say this. Sometimes we have to plan to not plan.
Yeah.
I want to do that on a couple Sundays
Yes.
because it always turns into the Saturday. Like, what do we need to get done?
Laundry,
tomorrow? We need
grocery
to do laundry,
shopping. We've got
clean
to
the
run
house,
all the
do the
errands. We
whatever.
got to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Blow the yard, like Sunday's the catch-all, where it's just by the time you get done with all of the chores, should we go to the mountains? No, it's dark.
Yeah.
Why would we do that? So
They're close.
recalibrating stuff. And here's what I think we really want to leave you guys with is I know that we've just rambled on and maybe some of you guys really do relate to this. I think it's so important if you aren't already doing something that nourishes your soul and your soul alone, not something beautiful that you can do for your neighbor that makes you feel good, not something wonderful you can do for the rescue and not volunteering that makes you feel so fulfilled, something for your soul and your soul alone.
Yes.
Think about it.
Specifically for you.
Think about it, find it, and commit to doing it at least once in the next
Yes.
week.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Start with like one thing.
One little
Just
baby
tell
thing.
yourself one little thing that you could do for yourself this week. Maybe it takes 30 minutes. Maybe it takes 3 hours. Maybe it's a whole day that you could give to yourself that you realize through listening to this that you could actually give yourself a day and you need that day. Then do that, right? If it's playing with your cats, right? Like, or laying with your cats.
Very much appreciate that.
Spending more time with your cats. That's what makes many of us, right? Like feel a lot more peaceful. Then do that, like schedule time aside from put your phone down, no TV, no anything, and spend a little bit more time doing that. But something that's not for your cats, but for you, right?
I think our cats
Something
want
that's
us
for
so
you.
badly to just be present.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that all of our cats are trying to teach us.
1,000%.
And I think that it's our mindset about it. I do the qigong meditation, and it's like sometimes, man, in the morning, especially getting back from travel, it's like, oh, we slept until 7. I don't have time to do this. And Zorro specifically is like, make
Take the time.
make it. Our cats love when we can just be. So think about what that one thing is that you can do. I'm so excited. We have, it's like all of us this time of year, like, oh, in the new year, we're going to do this. No, we're starting a lot of things right now. In the new year, we have more things planned
Yeah.
that are going to be health filled for ourselves. But I think that's another mistake that we make, is that, well, in the new year, I'm going to do this. No,
Yeah.
start this week. Think of one thing that
Start small. Like one thing compounded over time is what creates
Yeah.
the biggest success, right? So so
And think
start
about that
small.
ripple
Start
effect
now.
that it has
Start
on your
this
cats.
week. Yeah.
And we're going to keep you guys posted.
Do something for you so that you can help fill their cups, because you don't have an empty cup.
Yes.
Yep.
Fill it up.
Fill it up. Fill it up.
Some.
We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
joining
hanging out
us,
with
guys. We have our big news coming this Friday, November 7th, at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and in Australia, because it's Australian news, that's Saturday at 11 a.m. AEST.
In Brisbane.
So
Different times
whatever time zone that is.
in different places. But Brisbane time, it's 11.
Do please come join us for that, because we've been working for over a year on that one. And we're very excited to announce it to you guys. We love you so much, and we're so grateful for this community, and we're so grateful to be home for a really long time, where you're going to see a lot. You're going to get tired of seeing our faces on social media, because we're just going to be here with you guys for back at it like it's 2020 again.
Let's go.
Here all the time. So we love you so much. Thank you for being amazing, and don't forget to take some time for yourself. Do something for yourself this week. Mwah. We love you.
We love you guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night.